Hey everyone, this is Eric from Cash and Cultura. Today we are talking about a very simple approach on how you can turn a collectible into a long-term investment. Stay tuned. I'm grateful to have met a lot of friends through Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A lot of them happen to be new. Welcome to the hobby and to this amazing sports card collecting world. This video is for you. Not so long ago, I was a newbie and I was the one asking which sport should I look into buying? Which specific athlete should I buy? How much should I spend? There's thousands of sports cards from that player. Which card should I look into buying? Last but not least, where and how do I even buy? Those are all questions that I had, and I did tons of research to come up with a very simple approach, a very simple strategy, and in this video, we tackle and we talk all about it. Number one, choose a player and build a criteria for choosing that player. My number one metric is that player on their way to be in the Hall of Fame, or are they already in the Hall of Fame? Does this player transcend the sport? Let me explain. There's players that have played in the NFL and the NBA that are absolute culture icons. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Shaq. That's what I mean. Are they doing more than just play ball? And that ties into the last thing. Does that player have a big brand? Are they in the sports market that really invest in expanding that player's brand? Do they have sponsorship deals that exposes that player to different audiences? Those are all things to consider when choosing the player you want to invest in. Last but not least, make sure that you invest and that you look into collecting a player that you like. Plain and simple. Number two, set a budget, but don't overcomplicate it. Simply set a dollar amount, $5, $20, $50, and do it based on your financial situation. The cap limit for me is $100. That's based on my financial situation and personal preference. When I say investments, I mean long-term holds. I'm not really talking about flipping. We'll get into that in a different video. Number three, supply and demand and scouting. Every market is driven by supply and demand, and the sports card market is no different. When there is an exclusivity tag placed on a card, that usually drives the card value up. Example, everyone usually wants to get their hands on a player's rookie card. There's different types of rookie cards. First, the base card. So this is part of the product's main set, and usually there is a ton of these cards that are printed. So these are easier to find, but depending on the player, these can be highly sought after, but there is a ton of them. There's insert, there's parallels, there's number cards, and these are short print. So obviously they were printed far less times than the base card. When you're looking to buy a card, take this into consideration, because if there is an exclusivity tag to it and there is a high demand for this player and for this specific product and for this specific card, then that can indicate that the value of this card can potentially go up. However, you need to validate your thesis. How do you do that? Well, you need to search through eBay. Is this card being bought? Even though there might be a short print and a small amount of these cards, is there even a demand for it? Go to eBay and look at the completed and sold item, and it should tell you more or less if this card is being bought. Filter it by the most recent, and it should tell you more or less where that card is trading at. There's also grading companies, and people usually send their cards to these grading companies to certify them and to grade their condition from a 1 to a 10. Even though those grades are subjective, it can really raise the value of your card. Usually those grading companies release reports telling you how many cards have been graded for that specific set. In my last video, I talk about a player that I bought who has a specific card that has been graded less than 100 times. That is insane. And that player is Lebron James. And that's going to be today's example. LeBron James is a 3-time champion. And all 3 times he was a finals MVP. He is a 4-time season MVP. 6-time all defensive player. He was a rookie of the year. Not just that, but he's a player who has completely transcended the NBA. LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James. In 2018, he made a massive contribution to his community. This was for kids that grew up just like LeBron James in at-risk situations where they encounter violence, gangs, and other deadly situations. Through this contribution, LeBron is placing hope in his community and in the people's hearts to completely change their life for generations to come. He's removing them from these situations and placing them in an environment where they can succeed. I admire that. LeBron James has one of the biggest brands in sports. He has tons of sponsorship deals. One of the biggest ones being with Nike. He's always in their commercials. He plays for a team that has a massive fan base all across the world. He also has a very good reputation for all of the positive contributions he has made to his community. That's why I chose LeBron James as my example, and that's why I've been investing in him recently. Let me take you through the buying process that I took when purchasing these cards. So the first thing I do is I go to eBay and I enter the player that I want to look up. In this case, we are searching for LeBron. I usually start very general, so I will put LeBron card. After I do that, I will search for completed items. So I hit the filter option. So let me show you again, filter. I go down and I click on sold and completed items. The reason I do this is because I want to see what are some trends, what are the most recent sales for LeBron James. It'll tell me more or less where the market is at. So I will sort it by recent first. And the first thing that comes out is a 2018-2019 Panini Donruss Optic LeBron James card. So fairly recent card. Then we have a Chronicles card of LeBron James, which is a product that just released recently. We have a Crusade card, which is again a card that just released recently. So these are pretty recent. So it basically tells me what's hot, what's trending. The way that I do it is I usually like to buy cards that are closer to their rookie year. So LeBron James rookie year is 2003. I see a card from 2003, and what does this tell me? That this card sold for $49. Wait a minute, but this is a card that I've seen selling for a lot more. Make sure that you read the description. It says LeBron James 2003-2004 Topps Rookie Cleveland Cavaliers number 221. Number 221 is the number of the card. Again, it is being sold in a factory set, so usually it's from 1 to 300, 400, depending how deep that set is. And then it says RP. What does RP mean? Okay, well, let's look at the item description. Original or reprint. It says reprint. So make sure you always look at that because they can catch you slipping. You do not want any reprints. Go back to filter. I hit the reset button and now I'm ready to start looking through cards. So this is the process that can be a little bit tiring. So there's different ways that you can go about this. You can either go newly listed. So these are cards that just got listed. So this is where you can start to match up a lot of the trends. We just saw this card being sold. This is a 2019 Panini Prism, and this is a base card. So this is one of the cards that was produced in the hundreds of thousands, and this came back A10 from the grading company PSA, and it is currently on a bid. So you can make a bid or make an offer, right? And it looks like it's sitting at $59. And we look at the card that we just saw. Again, it's definitely not $50, it's $1,200, and you can buy it now. This is a 8.5 from a different grading company, that's Beckett. So, and this one gives you very specific grading. So the corner's 9.5, etc., etc. You can either make some bids, or if you're looking to close on some sales, you can always go to lowest price, and then now we filter it. Instead of all listings, we go to buy it now, and we hit buy it now. Let's see, and accepts offers. On the computer, you can hit both. So for now, we'll just hit buy it now. So a lot of the cards that will first come up is basically take your pick. So this card is not the one that's 99 cents. You have to click on this and you have to go to card attributes, and it'll let you choose a card. So example, L Hartford is a card that's 99 cents. So That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for LeBron cards. And as you can see, there is a ton of take your pick cards. So this process can be very long and it can be tiresome. But if you're looking to get some deals, then this is what it takes. Always want to try to get the best price for these cards and try to never overspend. Then you want to get more specific. So I always try to go for rookie year cards. So now I can put 2003 LeBron James and I will sort it as lowest price plus shipping, and I will filter it as a buy it now. And as you can see, as we go to 2003 LeBron James cards, the prices tend to pick up rather quick. There wasn't anything that really caught my attention, so I end up going to 2004 LeBron James. All right, cool. So we go through LeBron James, 2004. And again, I start from the bottom, the most inexpensive cards first, and I work my way up. And a lot of the times when you put his rookie year 2003 to 2004, a lot of 2004 to 2005 cards will come out because of that year in similarity. So just because you put that season doesn't mean that they will all be rookie cards. So one thing to watch out for. So again, I spent a lot of time going through his second season and seeing if there was anything that caught my attention. As I was going, I saw this 2004 to 2005 SP game used -999. Usually if there is a dash and a number, that means that is a serial card number. The 999 meaning that this card is numbered up to 999. So that definitely catches my attention. So I zoom in and I can see that there is definitely a serial number on there, meaning that this is a very short printed card. See another one, and there you go. So there's a serial number. This is a way better picture. So it's something that I like. Aesthetically looks pretty good. All right, cool. So let's see what this is all about. So now I can get a lot more specific. All right, cool. Now we have more cards coming up. All right, cool. So again, make sure that your filter is still set up to the way you want it. So I want buy it now, because if there is a good deal, then I definitely want to shoot an offer. So it looks like there's a lot. So now I'm starting to see a pattern. This is not one specific card. It looks like it's from a set of different cards that look the same, and I can start to piece it together. Okay, so it looks like these are different games that are being highlighted. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's see what this is selling at. So now I go back to completed and sold items, and so recent sold $10, $9, $8, 11. Okay, 25. Oh no, these are basically they worked out a deal when they're scratched off. So then now I know that if they get them graded, they potentially are worth more. So now let's put PSA at the very beginning. So this one sold for $300 and it's a 10. So there's not a lot of PSA sales. Why is that? So now I can go back to my resource and I could go to PSA population report. So this is where I enter the name of the card. So it looks like this matches it right here. Right here it tells me right away there's only 381 cards that have been sent to PSA. So that's a very low amount, especially considering that this is an older set. All right, so I look at LeBron James cards and there you go. I'm trying to look at the card. So let's see, this one is number 149, right? So it tells you right here, 149. So 149, let's expand. So there is only 2 cards that have been sent to PSA and both have graded an 8. So there is no 9 or 10. And from what I saw, basically the one card that did grade out of 10 that's very similar to this went for about $300. There is either 2 things. Either this card is not in high demand for whatever reason, or this is such a short print that only a very few people have it, and those cards are not in good condition, so they haven't been sent to grading companies to grade out, and that's why you don't see a lot of it. And obviously we know that Not a lot of people have these because it's a short print. Not many cards were printed. So this looks promising for me. I like the way it looks. So this is where I personally start to create brackets, right? This falls under the $20 one. So this is more of a gamble for me because again, these cards might just not be desirable, and I might not be able to sell them in the future if I want to. I don't personally sell right now. There's not many sales that I have done, maybe 2 in my lifetime. I like to hold, but again, if I wanted to sell, I might be in trouble in regards to short-term selling. We'll keep searching for that season. So now I get a little bit more specific. So 2004 to 2005 Lebron James, and I go to buy it now. I search from low to high. So it looks like it jumps pretty quick, right? So as I'm scrolling, I look at something that catches my attention. I say, whoa, look at this. Okay, that's not bad. All right, what's the name of this card? So I copy it. And then I search for it. There's not a lot of cards up for sale. So now I will look at completed items to see how much they have sold for. I look at recent. There's not a whole lot that have been sold from the looks of it, but it's a good looking card, right? Okay, so now it looks like this falls under the 20 and up bracket because I really like the way that it looks. And from the looks of it, it looks like it's an insert. I do more research. Again, I go through the whole process of looking it up through Cardboard Connection. Is it indeed an insert or a base card? Then I go through PSA to look at the population reports. Okay, population report came back low. Even if this is a base card, it's a foil card, which means that it has that holographic look to it, which is pretty nice. So I like it. I'm willing to spend 20 and above on it, so I buy it. As I'm doing my research and looking at population reports, I see that for that first LeBron James cards, there's a gold card. Normally gold cards mean that it is a very short print card, maybe a serial number card that is numbered to a very low number. I now will go and search for that. So let's go back to this, and then now let's do this gold. That looks like gold, so let's click on it. Hey, this is the same card, but now it's number 250. Okay, so we know that. Okay, so let's look at the PSA. Either you can go here, you can go to Cardboard Connection to see how many gold cards there are. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about 7, right? Okay, cool. So 7 times 50. There's only 350 of these cards out in the world. We interrupt this video to announce the winner of the Take Your Pick giveaway, plus the details for the Robinhood sale. Good luck, everyone. What I did is I exported all of the Twitter retweeters. So everyone is in here, and we also have IG on here. So everyone who commented, big shout out to my daughter in the background. She's excited. She's hyped. We're ready to go. Let's go. All right. Sorry, I had to do that because there was a very loud car outside. So we will be rolling some dice. All right. We will roll the dice, and depending on how many, there you go, 6. So we will be randomizing the list 6 times. Everyone is already in here. Boom. So we appreciate everyone who participated. This is the first of many. Stay tuned. Not only will we be doing giveaways and giving back to the community who gives so much to us, but we will be bringing so much content like the one that you're watching right now. Stay tuned to the very end. Good luck, and let's go, baby. Randomize number 1. All right, 1. Let's go, Aurora. Let's go. 2. All right. 3. That's the amount of shots that Paul George has made this postseason. 4. Was that 4? Mm-hmm. All right. Damn, I have short-term memory. 5. Oh, and this is for the dub, for the W. 5. R.I.P. Kobe. Happy birthday to Black Mamba. And let's go. Whoever wins this, I love you.
What?
Brody! Woo! You are the winner. All right, Brody, you have 24 hours to reach out to me from wherever you entered the giveaway. So whether that was Instagram or Twitter, hit me up. For whatever reason, Brody does not hit me up, then Carlos, and we go from there. All right, so there you go. That's the winner. Take your pick giveaway. You get to choose whatever you want from this massive stack right here. All right, so what I will do is I will personally reach out to everyone on this list from top to bottom until we sell out of product, okay? And you have the ability to purchase 2 things, okay? So whether it's a mega and a fat pack, we will have a one mega limit, so only 1 mega box, but you can take 2 blasters or you can take 2 fat packs, etc. Okay, and it will be at cost whatever I paid at the retail store plus tax, and you pay for the shipping, okay? And I will choose the best option for you that's the least expensive. If for whatever reason someone on this list doesn't want it, then I will move forward to the next one, and so on and so on, okay? So thank you very much for participating. Again, this is the first of many. Cash and Cultura is here to stay. Right, and that doesn't guarantee that they're still in circulation. Maybe, again, this was in 2004, so maybe they got thrown away. Who knows? I just know that there's only 350 of these cards in general. So to me, that seems promising. Again, I personally like the design, and it actually gives me Prism vibes. To me, that's very, very intriguing. It's LeBron James. It's under $100. So I pulled the trigger. It's his 2nd year. I feel like he's going to make a deep playoff run. And even if he doesn't, that team is stacked up for the next years to come. Basically, that is the scouting that I do. And I basically create my brackets of budget as I'm searching and scouting for these cards. I hope that this helps. You don't have to break the bank and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars or even $100 on a card for that card to be awesome to look at and for it to be an investment gem. This is a strategy you can take or dig at some of these points and use them when looking at sports cards for your personal collection. Comment down below and tell me which player you want me to scout using this method. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace.